I took the US dollar and I put it on the blockchain. That project does about $10 trillion a year of transactional volume. The Chinese government has taken this concept and they're about to roll it out in full force by creating a digital yuan. This could undermine the US dollar's world reserve status. This is a very real threat to the US dollar. And most of us don't understand how important the US dollar is to our well-being. The US dollar is the foundation of our economy.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction; it was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto dumping. And we also have the NASDAQ pulling back. And guys, you know I warned you, this week is going to be a roller coaster ride. It's like clockwork. We have futures contracts ending on Friday. And we know they like to price things in. Now, we had over $600 million in outflows over the last 2 weeks in these spot Bitcoin ETFs. And remember, guys, again, I warned you, don't listen to the hype boys. They're talking about the inflows, but they left out the outflows. And we know when it came to Grayscale, all their outflows was going to BlackRock and Fidelity. So it was the same money. And remember, the Crypto Teacher tells you. Now, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are slightly up. We have the dollar right now down. We have volume in crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether to stop minting stablecoin USDT on Algorand and EOS. And when it comes to these stablecoins, we're seeing a lot of adjustments, and that's due to the upcoming laws in the EU. And then, guys, of course, we have the Fed repo at $421 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. Now, we have private blockchains handle over $1.5 trillion of securities financing a month. And when it comes to these big banks and these central banks, they're going to have private blockchains. You're not going to see everything that they're doing because we know the banks are the biggest what? I'm going to let you finish that. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about the spot Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale, of course, all down. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have Kraken add support for Copper's Clear Loop, letting customers settle their trades off the exchange and settle on Copper's infrastructure. Now, we have USDT on Tron beats Visa's average trading volume by 9 billion. And we see South American countries and Africa turning to these stable coins. due to inflation and their fiat dying. Now we have Deutsche Bank backed Taurus expands digital asset custody and issuance offerings to Stellar. And we see these real world assets being tokenized and put on blockchain. And lastly, guys, we have Mt.Gox says they'll be distributing starting in July. And remember, Mt.Gox went down in 2014. So, guys, you're talking about over 10 years, and they're finally ready to pay the people back. And, guys, we got a lot going on in July. And July is the 7th month, and it's always entertainment. We have Jerome Powell in the house. We have Trump citizen in the house. We have the drums are beating, getting louder. We have cyber attack after cyber attack. I have a feeling that July is going to set us up for something way bigger for the fourth quarter. So, guys, make sure you're keeping your eyes open because these higher interest rates and all this inflation have definitely put us in a fragmented world, and we're seeing everything being broken up. Inflation is crushing the consumer, even though they're acting like it's not happening. But, guys, all we have to do is look at the stats. It is definitely crushing them. You can go online and fall for the illusion. But those who are conscious understand what's about to happen. That's why I told you, have fun, but make sure you stay in the lab. Because these last 6 months is about to start the movie. And in 2025, the NWO is going to start bringing down the curtain and bringing the sheep into reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.